right at the end of being an assistant professor at Cornell University, Helen Gill, who is now program director at NSF in my division, approached me to see if I wanted to be a program director in what has turned into cyber-physical systems. And I was flattered she asked. But I didn't feel it was at all a good time for me to actually stop my research and pick up and go to Washington, D.C. to do that. So I thanked her but said no. But she planted a seed in my head. And then about 9 months ago, the assistant director, the person in charge of CISE, all of computer science research, called me up and started pulling on me to consider going to NSF. And at this time I was more receptive. I'd been thinking about it for quite some time, and she said that having been a department chair, that I might have the skills and the understanding to be an effective division director, which means I was managing program director. As a division director of Computer Networks and Systems, CNS, I have a very broad view of what now is going on in research in my area. I'm going to conferences I never went to because it's now my job to understand what's going on. And it's really exciting. I'm getting a bird's eye view of everything that's going on in the nation in terms of research in computer networks and computer systems. I wish I'd done this 10 years ago. I think had I done so, then that would have changed the direction of my research, given me a broader view, allowing me to see more of what was going on. At UC San Diego, of course, we're an international university. We do see what's going on, but you can't help it being parochial, right? You work with the people around you. And you go to conferences and see other things, but there's a whole big world of research out there. And by going to NSF and pushing a program, by funding research, you get a much deeper and broader view of what the field is. Personally, what I'd like to do is try to get more research being done by young faculty. NSF has done a very good job in the last 5 years of pushing big science, picking up from the hole that was left when DARPA stopped funding so much individual research at the university level. And so there's lots of great large projects that are going on in NSF right now. But I'd love to see us also put more effort into research at the individual level, at the young faculty, careers, people starting their careers, since that's where a lot of the great ideas are. NSF does that. I just think I would like to see us do it even more. As a program director, you can change the world. You can move the world forward. You can essentially do research through the fingers of other people. By enabling research and by funding certain research, you're doing research at a higher level. You're moving the field forward in a direction that you can see because you have such a broad view of the field. And that's really, really nice. It's a different way of doing research, but it's highly effective. A large percentage of the people are rotators. They come in and work for 1 to 3 years. And because of that, it's constantly renewing itself. There's a big churn. And so there are always positions that are opening up for people to get involved as program directors. We're always looking for people for that. We interview for them, you apply. It's a competitive process. Effectively, 50 days a year, NSF will allow me to come to my home institution to work with my students to basically keep in contact with my home institution in La Jolla. They pay for my travel. They want this to happen because, from their point of view, they want their scientific staff to keep fresh. San Diego is many things with the beach and the bicycling, but it's not a city. And having an apartment right in the middle of Washington, D.C. has been awesome. I encourage everyone to become a program director. This is so much fun. You will work very, very hard. You will work the hardest you will ever in your life, but you'll accomplish the most as well. You'll be working with brilliant people. You'll be rubbing shoulders with policymakers and with scientists and with brilliant people all across the federal government. You'll be going to the White House. You'll be doing things you've never dreamt of. And it'll be a lot of fun. The 2 years will fly by.